Did I hear an ugly rumor that you're retiring
from
softball?
Cooking?
After how many years?
After 8 years, on my 9th year, I'll be done.
You'll be
I'll be done with softball.
Does this have to do with Mackenzie graduating?
It does. We tried to hold her back, but she's like, I now have a 16-year-old senior, so she will turn 17 before she graduates. No, we've had a good season.
Yeah.
We've had a fun run.
And she's very bright. No chance of ever being held back.
I told Caden, I said, man, you know, it's time, buddy. It's time that I work with you and make you the ball player. He said, Dad, I don't want to be awesome like sis. I said, yeah, I want you to be awesome, man. He said, no, I'm an inside kid, and I like my iPad. So
I can so hear him saying
he had such a ball over the weekend, trying to chase him down throughout the ballpark and things like that. And then he looked up, looked in the stands, and there's the iPad sitting there. And they're not cheap. No, the iPad's sitting there, no Caden to be found. We look on the other side of the stands. He's sitting in the stands next to a lady using her cell phone playing games.
And didn't want the iPad. So no sense and no reason to get him his own.
No, he grabbed the phone and ran over to me and said, Dad, what's your password? I need to put a new app on here.
He asked me when he was here, he's like, what's the password here? I need to get on this, which was YouTube. And I'm like, can you teach Jamie how to do that? But he says he will. What are you cooking today?
Hey, I've got chicken. And, of course, chicken and shrimp.
A lot of chicken.
Chicken and shrimp Creole. It's going to be something a little different. When most of the time you either make something with a red sauce with tomatoes, or you do it with like an Alfredo sauce. Today I'm actually mixing them.
Mixing the sauces?
Mixing the two sauces.
Okay.
Over on the other side over here, I made a white sauce, kind of like an Alfredo sauce, and we put the different seasonings in it to make like a pesto type seasoning. And of course for Brad, I went ahead and fried some bacon. And before we are done with this, you put the bacon in. It just really brings the flavor out.
Okay.
Out in front, I just had to bring some of Dale's tomatoes out of his garden.
Which is good because we're almost out, so we'll probably take one.
And so I was leaving those, and we've been eating tomato sandwiches till we just can't eat another tomato sandwich. So that's really been good. Right before this is done, because it's got the shrimp in it, put a little squeeze of lime and a little lemon. And I like it fresh instead of out of a little old can or something.
How much would you say this meal is, cost-wise?
$28.
How many will it feed?
10.
Not bad at all.
If there was a bunch of kids, it'd feed all of them because they wouldn't eat it. So
that's $2.80
per person.
You can't beat
We went
that.
out of town this past weekend trying to come up with something, and we got some big plans, and we always barbecue. Everyone brings a little something, and we've been finding these inexpensive grills, $12 to $17 grills, and seeing who can cook the most and the best off of that small grill. So it'll be pretty fun. Heading to Gulf Shores this weekend.
Oh, wow.
I'm sure we'll see the Paparacos and that whole bunch, and looking forward for a nice break.
It should be a great weekend, too. Are you still married?
Yes.
Denny's okay with the
still
flower
working
fight?
out with Denny. Yes, the flower fight, and you are now called the flower girl at our house. Pun intended.
Yeah.
She liked to come back. She liked to come back
to kick my butt,
here in a couple of weeks, and she got you a little surprise. It's a new finding that she's got about you.
We were afraid to even start fighting with Denny because we knew she'd kick both of our butts, but...
You know, I realized she started it.
I'm glad of that.
She started it, but you won, so.
Well, I'm used to going like that to hit you, and Denny, I promise I did not mean to hit you in the face, but she's a good trooper. Good
it all worked out.
It was funny. It was funny. All right. Well, with that in mind, we're going to take a quick break, but when he gets back and we finish this segment, I'm sure you have another little finding for us to experiment with.
Sure, we find something around.
Great, that means he's not ready. No, he's got something. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, Jamie and Shut Up are going to talk about Sandusky and Paterno, so that should be interesting, or you're probably tired of hearing it already. Stay with us. And we're back. It was fun, mud volleyball. One year we'll have to get an actual team up and play.
15 years ago.
Brad says no thanks, so there goes that idea.
That's about 15 years ago. I worked at Lowe's in Madison, and we put from store 663 in Madison, we put a team together to go down there. I remember moving from one spot to the other and trying to find my shoe, and I never found my shoe again.
You know, someone was telling us that a lot of the inmates all volunteer to go up there after the fact to help clean, and they want to do that because a lot of people leave their shoes there, so they get to pick through the shoes, wash them off, and get some free shoes. So how nice is that for them?
I had brown underwear, not just, I mean, all over. They were brown.
Thanks for sharing.
I had no idea. What was in front of the
You know, there's help for that.
So the second year I did it, the entire outfit
I know
was brown,
we're friends and all, and you like to share a lot.
But I have nothing to throw at you this morning. Hey, I've got the shrimp Creole, and I like to thank Donnie, but I can't because Donnie has gotten in the car after he come over and got him a plate full and took off. He's such in a hurry, though.
He is. That's probably because he's afraid we may have him help clean.
For a guy who's running for nothing but from his wife, I don't understand. That's the only thing. Now, I've talked to Leanne about coming on the show as well.
Really?
In the kitchen with you and Denny sometime.
Oh,
and
boy.
it is on like a chicken bone.
Well, what am I going to do in the kitchen?
Get beat up or fight.
Get beat up on both by both of them.
Or either fight back. All right, we have our shrimp, our chicken, our bacon in here with our onions, green peppers, and it
really smells great.
Really, really good. If you put some of the Italian seasonings in it, as far as your Italian seasoning, oregano, garlic powder, salt, pepper, it really brings the flavor out. Over on the side, I made like a pesto type seasoning right here with some of the same flavors, with some half and half milk, with some condensed milk. Put that together and just put a little bit in here. It's still a little creamy, but it's also red. So.
But that'll help with the noodles.
It'll help really fill out that bathing suit when you want to, if you feel like it's just not
I already had breakfast today.
Well, then I'll give you a small amount. We won't go too crazy here.
That's a small amount.
We'll get that going here.
That's okay. Jamie can help me eat it.
Like he always does.
Oh, yeah.
Since there's another spoon in there, we'll get something like actually. Oh, here it is right here. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Right on the bottom. Fix you right up there.
And you can make the sauce as thick as you'd like, correct?
Yeah. Frank had recommended that I use some flour to thicken up the sauce. Frank? He's still here. But you used all the flour last week throwing it at my wife, so we had nothing left, so should work out. And the tomatoes today are brought to you by Daniel and Alyssa in their mighty fine garden.
They have squash,
zucchini, cucumbers.
That looks like.
They have a little bit of everything in there. It's good.
And he's,
beans.
what, 22?
22.
And has a full garden. You must be so proud of him.
It's working out.
Good.
He told me that he's ready for me to come over and help him build a back deck on the house.
That means Dad come over and build the deck. What do I need? He said, just bring all the wood. We'll have that done. So, hey, it worked out. Hope you enjoyed the meal today. And those at home, very good.
Keep texting and emailing. Thanks for the shout-outs, and thanks to Shane Lewis again for working with us. And
Lewis and Son Roofing. Call them if you need any reconstruction done. They do remodeling as well.
256-533-1213.
There it is right there. All right, we got to get out of here for the day. Have a great one. Bye.